The papyrus, put it on my table every month. I don't wanna miss it. Don't even try to hide it. No, I don't wanna lose it. And you see how it is, it's so inviting. The papyrus, we're all so online. The papyrus.
Hello everyone and welcome to Papyrus Magazine. My name is Martha Pam and I'm your host. So today we are at the State Secretariat in the office of the Honorable Commissioner of Science and Technology in person of Honorable Dung, Musa, Gyang, and I'll be talking to him shortly. You also have to satisfy your curiosity and also know more information on the progress of science and technology in Plateau State. So stay with me. Hey, good morning, Honorables.
Welcome.
Thank you very much, sir. So, we're here at your office to just get more information and also be clear on the progress of science and technology in Plateau State. So, my first question is, what do you consider pressing issue, like what's really hard being in the office of science and technology?
Well, I have two major pressing issues. One is to make sure that every Plateau youth get to know ICT training, because we, as the Minister of Science and Technology, we are basically on research and training. And for that, we need Platonians to benefit from this aspect of training. And we have so many areas that we are making tremendous efforts to make sure that these youth are being trained for research. So we are diversified so many ways. Secondly, we cannot achieve that without the issue of addressing finances, because they get entangled. When you talk of something to achieve, you equally talk of financing. They work side by side. It used to be challenged then, but now with the intervention of PPP arrangement, I don't think we are into discussion. We have engaged them. I don't think it's a challenge now. But by the grace of God, before the end of this year, you will hear what Ministry of Science and Technology, the good number of youths that will be trained in Plateau State.
All right. Thank you very much, sir. So, another thing is, what are the technology deployed or in progress to ensure that the state moves to greater heights in science and technology?
Yeah, we have certain lines which we have drawn to make sure that technology moves to a viable height. In the ministry here, we have about 50 set of computers on ground procured by the ministry that will be training our staffs, all civil servants across the state. And secondly, you see, this training is in batches. We have written even to the governor for more acquiring of computers, because we need them enough. We need to train our staffs.
Exactly.
From the junior staff even, because they need to grow the knowledge of ICT, and the directors, because when you are a stage of director, you need to know computer very well in order to keep your documents properly for government. And permanent secretary is the engine room of every MDA. So he need to be computer literate, because he will be the one to be giving financial records of the ministry. When they're here to check, they will see him before even the director of finance. So this is what the ministry has been doing to make sure that our records are accurate as a government. And secondly, we have equally diversified the intercommunication of different MDAs. Like I am here, if I want to talk to my colleague in the Ministry of Works or in the Ministry of Health, I will call. We used to be in an analog then, but now, the
It's
21st
digital.
century, we need to diversify ways as simple means of communication. I was at home, you call me. If not for technology, you wouldn't have called. By
Exactly.
using your phones, your cell phone. So that is what we want to achieve in governance too. We should be able to communicate ourselves even within the geographical location of the state secretariat, across all MDS residing here. Maybe in times to come, we'll see how we link the government house from the secretariat. Every MDA can link and get information from government house there. Lastly, we have an ICT agency under the ministry, and they have been doing tremendously in making sure that technology moved to enviable high in Plateau State. We could see during COVID-19, we first in history in this country, many governors were asking our governor how comes he came about that. Because he's a governor that gave attention to this ministry very, very well. So we mounted cameras across the borders, all borders surrounding Plateau State, because we wanted to make sure that COVID-19 was not recorded in Plateau State. And it took us time. COVID didn't came to Plateau. And as a result of that, there was pressure in the state. People want to come here to hide. People want to come here. They were running for COVID from other states. So because pressure was too much, and of course they break it. Because at that time, even if a driver wanted to maneuver his way, he remove something and give, the security will hear a call from government house, direct. Why do you allow that car to pass? Why? So some of them became scared. We are monitoring people's movement, not until when they started breaking through the bushes. And of course they find themselves here. First COVID was recorded from a lady that came from Kano State. So you could see those are some of the things we are doing that we want Plateau State to move forward. And truly speaking, that was one thing that rated Plateau high in Nigeria. Even Nigerian Governors Forum spoke about that.
Exactly. I'm actually happy knowledge of technology was put as a criteria for permanent secretaries, because documentation is necessary in all these aspects. So I'm actually happy. And also about the COVID-19, you could see that from the checklist, Plateau State was not at the top list of recordings of COVID-19, and which was because they were monitored, and which is very impressive. So we want to know how long a project takes to be planned and also executed in the aspect of science and technology.
Well, we thank God with the kind of governor that we are given in the state, the person of Right Honorable Dr. Sam Bakolano, who has been giving us support. And it's just like a baby. You wouldn't want your baby to cry. So, and he has been giving us attention. Anytime we approach him for an issue, we address it squarely. And I think we don't take much time in making sure that we achieve any progress in science and technology in the state. That is why we wrote a memo that we are going for National Council of Science, the National Council on Science, Technology and Innovation in Abuja, which took place last Monday to Thursday. But when he saw the memo, he approved it immediately. And when he approved it, we were paid immediately. And we went for that council. It was wonderful. We make a presentation there. All other states were amazed by our presentation. And I told His Excellency yesterday at the council, at the ESCO meeting, because our ESCO was virtual yesterday. Presently, he's in Dubai. They went for an investment summit. So I appreciated him for the support he has been giving me and the ministry. And we went for a national council. It was so wonderful and successful. So when he returns, I will give him, we interface him with the fiscal feedback. But a lot, the ministry achieved a lot, and it was a successful trip. The directors were happy, and everybody went and came back safe, and we are happy about it.
Okay.
So these are some of their support and plan that we do and achieve within a short time.
Okay.
Secondly, we wrote to the presidency concerning the issue of establishment of an agency in the state through National Agency for Science and Engineering Infrastructure, NASENI, and which Mr. President is the chairman board of trustee himself. So that agency is not under the Ministry of Science and Technology, but is under the presidency direct. So we wrote to the president, let's say for example, we wrote it March, but by June, approvals came to us here to establish. And no state has ever applied for such thing and be given within 1 year. But we, within the range of few months, it was approved to us. So what do we want again? Than to appreciate the government and the support we are receiving as a ministry.
That's really nice. It's really a thing of joy to have a leader that is always there to support and approve when needed. So it's really nice and commendable. So what are the ways that science and technology thrive in the States?
Yeah, in fact, it has thrived in many ways. You see, one, we have a headquarter. We have the headquarter for the Nigerian natural medicine practitioners in Lagos. We have that office in Lagos, and they decided to create the North Central Zonal Office. And during my time as a commissioner, when I came in, to God be the glory, is here. And all the states within the North Central geographical area come here to benefit from this office, because it is our office together. But it is here, situated here in the secretariat here. Very wonderful place. When you will be commissioned, I will invite you to come so that you see what is there. And secondly, our ICT agency have been training and retraining, have trained over 200 youths. Some of them have been engaged, have gotten job opportunities, they are salary earners today. Some of them are on their own, fending for themselves. Some of them are SAs to His Excellency on ICT. And we are still training. Today, we are even graduating over 150 youths today, by between 10 and 11 o'clock this morning. So you see, these are some of the things that I will tell you that science and technology. And of recent, we attended Expo in Abuja, which our youth in Plateau State make it wonderful. The director from the ministry, the deputy director, and the director took these youths to Abuja, the Expo, Abuja Expo 2020. It was so tremendous. And that is how we train the youths. And when they are being trained like this, we take them there so that they will market themselves. We help them so that the world can see what they do and take them for more advancement. You could believe me that today there are some Plateau youths in different parts of this world. There are some in China, there are some in India, there are some, let me say, this country, what is the name of this country? Singapore. You understand? We have them there. So, courtesy Minister of Science and Technology. And that's why we are bent as a ministry, before this administration ends, if we will have complaint from Plateau youths, it should be a minute complaint. More youths should have something on their own, because there are no color jobs now. So I was telling one lady yesterday, what do you read? She said public administration. I said, public administration. Who are you leaving the engineering sector for? Who are you leaving the engineering? What are you doing with that? That you don't have time to read. I say, you see, something in this life, something that we give time and suffer for it, it will give you good bargain. It will give you good result. But something that you feel you just want to do it for this, I say, no, it's not like that. Because today, now that you're reading public administration, what do you want to be? Is it not an administrative officer? Okay, what if you are not employed to work in office? What next? But you see, if you read engineering, or you go into computer science to know ICT to train others. You can have your own work on yourself. You can create your own job yourself to employ others. You'll be your boss. But now, with what you're reading, you must be employed by government. Do you see the thing? And what if you are not employed? It becomes a problem. That's why today you see they tell you that so many graduates are moving on the street without doing, because these are some of the choices they make. I say you would have gone to either engineering or computer science. It will help you. However, I'm not discouraging you. Go ahead. It's only God that knows your tomorrow. But I want the situation whereby you yourself, you can train others. So that was my argument with this lady yesterday. That's what we are doing to change the mindset of our youth. The world today is globally is moving into technological advancement.
Exactly.
And that's why we need to key in. When we key in, then our tomorrow will be good. Today we are complaining of economy. Why? Because we rely solely on oil. And when oil price fall, we're into a mess. But if you have youths that will embrace technology, if you have youths that will embrace agriculture, then the issue of oil will be a thing of the past, and our economy will bounce back. However, we are praying that very soon we will begin to catch up. So Nigeria will be a better place for all of us.
Amen. So I was actually going to bring this point up about empowering the youth on information technology, and already you've attempted
We are still doing it and continue to do it.
Yes.
So far, His Excellency Governor Lalong is here. We continue to enjoy the dividends of democracy through him.
All right. Because I was going to talk about empowering youth on technology. And since the country and the world at large is moving into technology and everything, so we can't be lacking behind.
Yeah.
We can't. So Plateau State has to move. We can't always be behind and all. So how is the Office of Science and Technology supporting the health sector?
I think that one self have equally answered it. You see, we in this job, there is collaboration. Collaborate from house A to house B. So all the MDS you see around, we collaborate. There are areas we collaborate. Now, I've said it earlier, like I said earlier, we collaborated with Ministry of Health during COVID-19 era. This is to curtail the excesses of COVID coming in. And secondly, this center here, this natural, I told you that Ministry of Science and Technology based on research and training. So this office is natural medicine, that we go on research. When we make research, let's take for example malaria. What plan, or which plan can be used to cure malaria? It's our ministry that does that. When we do the research, we bring this plan, put together, we work on them, and maybe we get the result that yes, when it's been taken to lab, we now get the result that it can cure malaria. Then that's when it can now be taken to Ministry of Health. When it is produced, be taken to Ministry of Health. And the Ministry of Health, they are the final consumers. Consumers means they take it and give it to people directly to take. So basically, that is areas we collaborate in order to support the Ministry of Health to achieve. There can never be any medicine that Ministry of Health will give without science and technology, because we are the researchers. From the herbs, we know this one will cure this, this one will cure this, this one will cure this, and we manufacture. You understand?
Yes.
When we manufacture, then we transmit it to health. They are just the consumers. But we are the people, the primary people that produce, or the primary producers. So it's health. So you can see how Ministry of Health, that's why nationally, I can tell you without mixing words, that in Nigeria today, there is no bigger ministry than Ministry of Science and Technology. And there is no ministry that has its budget more than Ministry of Science and Technology. Because this ministry has 17 federal agencies under her. And most of these agencies are on research, this one, manufacturing this, manufacturing that. That's why we have Naseni today. Naseni manufactures planes, helicopters, engines. Count them. There's nothing that Naseni cannot produce. That's why here, for Pendi, food processing equipment and manufacturing development and food processing equipment and machine development agency. That's the agency given to us. So there, in this institute, anything concerning agriculture, any produce concerning agriculture, it can be processed there and give it a high grade. Let's say, for example, we have maize. I know that people make popcorn here so much, but there, the machines that can produce popcorn can be produced there. The machines that can package tomatoes can be produced there. Machines that there can never be anything lost, like Irish potatoes, can be turned to chips, and there is no wastage. So with this institute, there will never be agricultural wastage in Plateau State again, by the grace of God.
Amen.
So these are some of the things we do in order to make sure that science and technology thrive.
All right. Well said, sir. So finally, where is the Nigerian government now in science and technology?
Well, you see, like the executive law number 5 of the federal government, which stipulates that you consume what you produce. That is why today in this country, I've told you, these agencies have made this country proud abroad. And there are so many things that we're producing in Nigeria today that are ready for export to other nations. Even, you will not be surprised, even China will come and import raw materials from Nigeria. That is why you see today in Nigeria, you see we export this acha. All is through technology. We cultivate acha here, harvest it, process it, package it, and it's been taken to other countries. Cassava, we have cassava flour. All this is from technology. You understand? We turn cassava to cassava flour. We turn maize to maize flour, and it's being transported to all these other countries, and we're making money. And there are basically other things that we are doing like that, something that we can consume. And when if you farm and you have enough in your house, you feel like at least you sell something to make money. Maybe I farm rice, and or I farm yam and I don't have rice, and I will sell yam. Part of the money I'll buy rice. You understand? And somehow we take. That's why you see we have our airport in Plateau State has been upgraded to international cargo.
Okay.
Now I will even advise you can key into agriculture too. There will never be loss, because as a farmer you can harvest your produce and take it internationally to any country of the world. Go and sell it and come back. No need of going within this country here. It's to be waste. You understand? But presently, with these processing equipments we have, processing institute we have in Plateau State, at least we process them here, we consume some, and we can take some to other countries. So I think this is what Nigerian government has been doing very well as far as Ministry of Science and Technology is concerned. I was with the minister last week. We discussed a whole lot. He said he has been hearing about me in Plateau State. You understand? I was very happy when he mentioned that. He said it categorically. And I was very happy. And I told him we have been seeing his impact too. And but I still want to collaborate. Because at this last lap of our administration, we don't want to leave any project uncompleted. As far as our ministry is concerned, we want to make sure that we tighten up, and especially the training of youths we have set aside, because we intend to train over 10,000 youths as a ministry before the end of this administration. And when that is achieved, we are complete. And we're happy that our youths have one thing or the other to do. I'm a youth. That's why I'm eager and I'm urging for the youths to benefit from democracy, because this democracy is not all about money, no. We give us something that will even feed others in the future. So that is it.
Exactly, because once you empower the youth, when you're out there, when you're not here anymore, you will also do well, and also your children and people behind you will also do well. So I'm happy that Plateau State is actually blessed with raw materials, and I'm glad that we have the Office of the Science and Technology, and they're here to support the agriculture, support the health sector, and also support the whole country, and also thank the Nigerian government for the support, and also our governor, the person of Honorable Simon Lalong, for supporting and always there to make sure that everything you need is provided.
Yeah.
So thank you very much, sir. Thank you for your time. So on this note, I hope you are all informed, not misinformed, and we should know that the science and technology in Plateau State is doing their best to make sure that everything is going well, and then the government and everything is moving to greater heights, and we will not lag behind, because the world at large is moving. We cannot stay behind. So thank you very much, and stay with us for more information. Thank you very much.
The papyrus.